Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Friday afternoon to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. Today we are in Super Bowl Sunday for Madden NFL 24 Create a Player franchise for the Trevor Abramowicz series, and this is the day that we have arrived in the Super Bowl in Las Vegas, Nevada to battle off against the 15-2 Pittsburgh Steelers. So we would technically be considered the NFC team or the away team of the Super Bowl. So last year it was AFC versus NFC. The NFC team was home. This year the AFC team is home, but we are at a higher seed. The road to the Super Bowl was very simple. We started off the divisional round. We skipped the wild card because we had the least amount of losses. We knocked out the Detroit Lions 50-6 last episode, 2 episodes ago. Last episode, or prior to last episode, we had knocked out our arch rival Philadelphia Eagles 64-10, and here we are, Cowboys versus Steelers, Super Bowl Part 4. So the Steelers had won Super Bowls 10 and 13 in 1976 and 79 respectively, and then 17 years later they would meet again. The Dallas Cowboys would end up winning the Super Bowl. So I'd like to see it evenly tied here. So without a further ado, we had to show Pittsburgh's road to the Super Bowl too. Wild card weekend, the Pittsburgh Steelers knocked out the Las Vegas Raiders 35-32. Division round playoffs, the Pittsburgh Steelers knocked out the Denver Broncos 13-17. And for the conference championship down in Miami, they knocked out the Miami Dolphins 30-24. We'll show you the uniforms and we'll see you guys at kickoff. All right, Super Bowl Sunday is here. This is going to be our uniform. So since I had mentioned in the postseason earlier on that if we did face off against the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Super Bowl, we'll be wearing our white away jerseys or white home jerseys and then wear them on the road as is. And then just our traditional uniforms that we wear. And then the Pittsburgh Steelers, they are going to be wearing their black home jerseys with their gold pants, black socks and such. So without a further ado, we'll see you guys in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Tonight, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Super Bowl 58. You'll see Kenny Pickett and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, so the Pittsburgh Steelers will be returning the kickoff for the Super Bowl. So here we are at Allegiant Stadium, the host of SummerSlam back in 2021. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to return this kickoff, and they get stopped at the 29. So we get to see the Ocean Township, New Jersey native Kenny Pickett stepping onto the field for the first time for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're using the I formation here in the Super Bowl. So Cowboys Steelers Part 4, and now we get to see Najee Harris run the football. That is no gain, no loss on the play there. 2nd down and 10. So Steelers are now in their 9th Super Bowl appearance, and the Dallas Cowboys would be, I think, in their 9th or 10th. So Dallas's latest one was back in 96 when they faced off against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So this is now going to be a 4th and 4. So Pittsburgh will now have to punt the ball, and Tony Pollard will be ready to return for the Cowboys. So I'm going to use a juke move on that play, and I do get stopped at the 35-yard line. So the biggest stage of them all in the postseason, we're going to start off our offensive campaign by running the football with Tony Pollard. And I think he's going to have one rush there. No loss, no gain on that play. But it's going to be 2nd down and 10, Dallas. It looks like Prescott, he's going to fire this one out all the way, intended for Tony Pollard, but that was way too high to begin with. So this is going to end up being a 3rd down and 3rd and 10. But 3rd and 10, I'm going to throw this football out to CeeDee Lamb. That's going to be a 1st down and 10. So I'm thinking about using the inside zone run play. And I'm going to hand this off to Tony Pollard. And I end up gaining about a 1st down on that play. So I'm going to use a post wheel drag. I'm hoping I can get a 1st down, or even better, maybe a touchdown, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to throw this football all the way out to CeeDee Lamb. Yes, he does, in fact, get the touchdown. He scores the first TD of Super Bowl 58 here in Las Vegas. And the Dallas Cowboys take the 7-0 lead over the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's a great start for the Super Bowl. They're going to officiate the booth review. So Pittsburgh is saying he did not have the 1st down, but clearly he did. Both of his feet were in the end zone, but then he ended up stepping out at the white paint of the area. So the officials will probably likely say, yes, he did get the 1st down or touchdown. This is going to be 7-0 Dallas. All right, so 1st and 10. Kenny Pickett intends this pass out to, I think it was Deontay Johnson, but it turned out to be incomplete anyway. So this is now going to be 2nd down and 10. And it looks like they're going to step back to pass. And I would have loved to see an INT anyway. I forgot to say this earlier. And the Mount Lebanon, PA native Trevor Abramowicz, who plays for Dallas, will be facing off against his hometown team, the team he grew up loving, living in Western PA, but played at Penn State, but ended up getting drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. That is just one remarkable move right there. So I know a lot of people in the Metro Pittsburgh area strongly dislike the Dallas Cowboys. And oh my goodness, Tony Pollard, he's going to take a punt return for a touchdown. I don't think a punt return for a touchdown has ever happened in a Super Bowl. Or it might have. Super Bowl 35. I think it was Ron Dixon that had the punt return for a touchdown. But Tony Pollard, he's just running this town in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we are already up 14-0 here at Allegiant Stadium. All right, so now this is going to be a 1st and 10. Kenny Pickett, it looks like he's going to throw this pass out to Najee Harris. The ball is out, and it looks like Stephon Gilmore is going to get a touchdown out of that. So Kenny Pickett actually makes the stop there. It was too late for Stephon Gilmore to not get it into the end zone, but Donovan Wilson made the fumble. Najee Harris lost the football, and now this is going to be 22-0 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So We are at the Las Vegas Strip, known as Paradise, Nevada, and it was known to be the host city of WCW's Halloween Havoc, which was held every October, and the very famous one was in 1997. Very famous match between Rey Mysterio Jr. and Eddie Guerrero. The venue still stands to this day at MGM Grand Garden Arena. So we'll see you guys when we're on defense. All right, so now this is second down and 11. They're using the I form. Dallas already up 22-0. And Najee Harris is just running the ball, but he has been losing yardage. And could this episode mean that the Dallas Cowboys will be the 6-time Super Bowl champions like the Pittsburgh Steelers and the actually I'm going to use a fumble on that. Abramowicz, he's actually going to take this touchdown, and I think it was Damon Clark that originally got the fumble recovery, but Trevor Abramowicz gets his first postseason defensive touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys, and he just proved it against his favorite team growing up and his hometown team. I mean, the guys from Mount Lebanon, just west of Pittsburgh, and it is already not going to be 30-0 if we actually get this one in. So we're actually going to hand it off to Tony Pollard, and 30 unanswered points in the first quarter by the Dallas Cowboys. That is just insane. So I think that might be the highlight of the first quarter, besides the punt return for the touchdown, was the fumble. And then we ended up recovering it, and I ended up handing it off to Trevor Abramowicz, and he got the touchdown right away. How on earth are we 12 minutes and 9 seconds into this episode already? And it's not even the end of the first quarter. So now Jaron Kearse actually takes the sack. So Pittsburgh is struggling on offense here to start off the Super Bowl. But now Kenny Pickett, he actually gets sacked and the ball gets returned. We're actually going to take a break, and we'll see you guys in the second quarter. All right, so here we are starting the second quarter here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So Dak Prescott, he's scrambling, and it looks like, I don't know where I should run this to. I might actually get sacked on this play. So Ogunjobi actually makes the stop there. So we're going to go on third down. Hopefully I can run and not get sacked by Watt, but if I get sacked anyway, Pittsburgh will get at least one sack. So Larry Ogunjobi gets the sack on that play, so it's now 4th and 16, and I'm hoping that we can probably get a fake field goal for a touchdown. If not, I get sacked, and Pittsburgh will now have possession of the football. So Super Bowl 58 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Trey Lance is just scrambling, has an idea of where he's going to throw the football to, but it looks like they're going to throw this pass out to Connor Hayward, and he is still on his feet, gets stopped right at the 45-yard line. So this is going to be a 1st down and 10 for the Steelers. So they're going to step back, and that is a pass incomplete. So we're going to use his own coverage here. We're going to actually swap out here. So when he's going to throw this pass, he's actually going to throw it out to Najee Harris anyway. But Harris, I think, is going to ultimately get his first touchdown of the Super Bowl for Pittsburgh, and it is already now 30-7, and we'll see you guys at kickoff. All right, so it is now 30-7 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Steelers just got their first touchdown with Najee Harris, so I think Tony Pollard's going to get a kickoff return for a touchdown, just like Devin Hester did back in Super Bowl 41 when he played for the Chicago Bears. And yes, that is going to be another miraculous touchdown. And it is now going to be 38-7. I mean, we have just been dominating in this game this whole time. We have scored the points out of nowhere, so we're going to actually get the 2 points. So it's now going to be 38-7. They're getting blown out, Pittsburgh, and Dallas might have a higher chance of probably winning this Super Bowl since they're still undefeated. But keep in mind, I mean, there's been undefeated teams that have made the Super Bowl, the 1972 Miami Dolphins and the 2007 New England Patriots, but the 07 Patriots, however, did not turn out so great in the Super Bowl that they ended up 18-1 overall that season. So the New York Giants stopped them, and it was Michael Strahan's final career game. He's played 14 seasons in the league with the Giants, so he had to make his final game of his career memorable with the win. So it's now 2nd down and 8. It looks like they're going to throw this pass intercepted to Stephon Gilmore. And oh, wow, he's going to get a pick 6 for the Dallas Cowboys. And it's now going to be 46-7. So we're actually going to do a 2-point conversion here. And we're actually going to hand this football off to Tony Pollard. He gets it in. 46-7 is the score right now. All right, so now this is 1st down and 10. And Kenny Pickett, he's going to get sacked, but DeMarcus Lawrence actually gets that fumble recovery. So the Cowboys have just been dominating over the Pittsburgh Steelers lately in this one. But this is 1st and 10 either way. So Dak Prescott, I end up getting sacked by no other than TJ Watt. So he gets his first sack of the Super Bowl. And I also forgot to mention that this is the first Super Bowl without Ben Roethlisberger. So for the Pittsburgh Steelers, I know he retired about 2 seasons ago, and there comes the booth review for what I believe is a receiver had possession. So Brandon Cooks caught the football and Patrick Peterson was dragging him out of bounds. So it had appeared that he did have possession. And clearly they did. So both of his feet were still in the green grass, not in the white paint. So I'm going to throw this pass to the tight end, though. I thought TJ Watt would end up getting an INT on that play, but this is going to result in a 2nd down and 5. So Pollard gets stopped there. I think we're going to just spike it just because I don't want the clock to wind down too quickly. So this is a 4th and 6. So hoping we could get another opportunity at throwing the football. But anyway, I get sacked immediately, so that results in a 1st down and 10. So Ogunjobi gets a sack again. So 46-7 here in the Super Bowl. And I think we're going to probably take a timeout while we're at it. Or it actually might have been Pittsburgh's timeout. Take that back. It was Pittsburgh's timeout. So Pickett is going to throw this pass. I think we're going to probably take another timeout. And why is it Pittsburgh? I'm playing as Dallas. Pittsburgh just wants to use all their timeouts before the end of the half. And it looks like that they're going to throw this pass out to Pat Frymuth. And I think this is going to end the first half. So the Dallas Cowboys are up 46-7. So we might have another Super Bowl 24 version amongst us. I mean, the San Francisco 49ers did in fact beat the Denver Broncos 55-10. That was 34 years ago, 33, 34 this January, but they're going to kick this one off, and it looks like that Tony Pollard will actually be ready to return to kickoff. So he's going to maybe return this at the 24, but this is second half football anyway, so anyway, this is going to be a 1st and 10, so I'm going to throw this pass out to CeeDee Lamb. There is a PI on the field, and we are definitely going to accept that penalty because that gives us an automatic first down on Joey Porter Jr. So he is the son to former Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker Joey Porter, who played with Ben Roethlisberger and got coached by Bill Cowher. So I end up getting sacked on this play again by TJ Watt. So he has 1.5 sacks already in this Super Bowl. And it's hard to believe that we're already winning 46-7, and the Steelers defense has had more sacks than us. We've had more defensive touchdowns than Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh has gotten more sacks than us. So I'm probably going to throw this pass out to CeeDee Lamb. So Lamb is actually going to get this one down to the 19-yard line. So this is going to be, in fact, a 1st down and 10. So I end up scrambling the football, and I do end up getting sacked on this play. 2nd and 25, a loss of 15 for the Dallas Cowboys. So that's not too great for their red zone. But this is 2nd and 26 anyway. But I'm just going to probably run it with Dak Prescott. This is now going to be a 3rd and 18. So it's 3rd and 18. So we're going to probably run it, and they're going to get stopped. So this is now 4th and 16. So 4th down and 16. I am not going to take the long-range field goal because that blows our chances, and Pittsburgh would end up having higher percentage of the football. So I get a reception. Do I get the 1st down? Inevitably not. So and evidently the answer is no, but we're going to blitz here on a 1st down and 10. And so it looks like that Kenny Pickett's going to hand it off to Najee Harris. He had scored the only touchdown of the Super Bowl for Pittsburgh, actually. So this is now 2nd down and 6, so they're going to step back to pass, and this is going to be incomplete. So now 3rd and 6 now for Pittsburgh. Abramowicz has taken 1 sack, or actually 1 defensive touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys, but now we get an INT with Stephon Gilmore. He might end up being player of the game, so this is now 52-7, so I'm going to try to get a 2-point conversion out this way, but I might not, but I'm scrambling the football, and I get piled up by Steelers defenders. We're actually going to take a break. All right, so it is now 52-7, and the Steelers are going to throw this pass, and look at this. We get an INT, and it looks like he was the one that scooped up that fumble, but he handed it off to Trevor Abramowicz. So now I'm running the football with Dak Prescott. So 115 passing yards for Dak, but this is going to end the third quarter right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So fourth quarter, here we are, the final few minutes of the NFL regular season. So I'm probably just gonna get piled up by TJ Watt. So he has put up at least 2.5, maybe 3 sacks already in this Super Bowl. So the Steelers defense knows what they're doing, but this Dallas defense has gotten quite a bit of takeaways from Pittsburgh, though. But this is a 1st and 10. So Prescott, he's aiming at the end zone, at the Steelers end zone. So this is now 2nd and 8. Prescott stepping back. I'm scrambling here, and I end up getting sacked on this play. 3rd and 18. Ogunjobi has the sack there, but I don't know, 3 minutes, 16 seconds left of the Super Bowl. It's like the long road ahead. It has been every NFL player's dream to reach and win the Super Bowl, and evidently not every player has done so in their career, but there have been a lot of successful Super Bowl teams that have made it but not won it. But take a look at like the 1969 Minnesota Vikings. Their defense was ranked number 1 in the league then, but they were 12-2, but they lost to Kansas City in the Super Bowl. Keep that in mind too. Like, take a look at the 2015 Panthers. They were the same thing. Same background as the 69 Vikings. So Pat Freiermuth does get a reception on the play. This is 2nd down and 3. Dallas already up 52-7. And I mean, the Steelers did have a great season, don't forget, but this is now 3rd and 3. We had scored 30 points in the first quarter against Pittsburgh, so that's going to be another incompletion. So now I end up going off sides here. I got a little jumpy, actually, but they're going to punt this one away, and it looks like that Pollard will return, but I don't see a touchdown on this. I really don't. I really don't see a touchdown on this. So it's going to be a flag out of the way. So this is going to be on offsides, but this is going to be a 1st down and 10 with only 2 minutes, 6 seconds left, or 2 minutes, 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So Pittsburgh's already down by a significant 45 points, but Najee Harris, he's just going to get a reception, and 2-minute warning has came up, but I don't think Pittsburgh will strike back and score 45 points within the next few minutes. I mean, they only got less than 2 minutes left in this Super Bowl, and goodness forbid our Dallas Cowboys have the highest chance of winning it. But now Najee Harris gets a reception. We're going to take a timeout actually this early, but it's 52-7, and we're going to use the man coverage here. So this is going to be 1st and 10. And it looks like that they're going to step back to pass. Actually, Pickett gets sacked on Oza Ogunzowa. So that's 2nd down and 17 anyway for them. So it looks like they get sacked. They do get a fumble recovery, 3rd and 27. Micah Parsons, though, gets a recovery, but now it looks like they're going to get maybe a flag on this one. It looks like it's a PI. And I think the Steelers are going to get a 1st down. It's on Leighton Vander Esch, defensive pass interference. So why the heck not get a 1st down? So you're close enough from getting it close to the end zone anyway, but George Pickens actually gets a touchdown reception. So now they're going to try to take a field goal. So it's now going to be 52-14 with only 42 seconds remaining. And it is already now kickoff. So it is now a 38-point differential here in Las Vegas. But I'm going to take the fair catch. And it wasn't even a touchback. I wanted just to simply do a fair catch. So I wasn't even near the 1 yard line. So I'm scrambling. And I'm probably going to stop the clock here at 18 seconds. So this is now 3rd and 21 from the 14-yard line. So I'm hoping that I could run the football out of the way. So I'm actually going to go out of bounds. All right, so this is the end of the 4th quarter here in the Super Bowl. And we're going to have to punt this one away. We haven't even had a punt at all this regular season. But now Patrick Peterson returns it. Dallas wins the Super Bowl 52-14.
Getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy. You know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports. I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. The accomplishment, forever. Just how everybody wants to in the year.
Stephon Gilmore's your MVP. 1 sack, 2 INTs, and 3 defensive touchdowns. I'm glad Trevor Abramowicz got 1 defensive TD.
We'll see you next season right here on EA Sports.
So this ends it for the Trevor Abramowicz series. So we're going to probably see you guys next season. So pretty significant numbers. Kenny Pickett, 2 touchdowns, 3 INTs on the day. Dak Prescott, he did have a perfect passer rating with 115 yards, but Pickett had 209. And rushing wise, there were no rushing touchdowns this Super Bowl. But he had 9 carries, 21 yards, no touchdowns on the day. Najee Harris, 7 carries, 16 yards. I'm going to try to zoom it in a little more so it's easier for you guys. But it was a pretty significant game along the lines. Anyway, Najee Harris had a receiving touchdown, and George Pickens for Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh's only 2 TDs of the game were scored by those 2 gentlemen right there. CeeDee Lamb had a touchdown. Take a look at the sacks. I think Pittsburgh has taken more sacks than Dallas, tell you the truth, in this episode. But they have a really great defense, though, too. They may have lost the Super Bowl, but don't give credit to the Dallas defense for getting all these fumbles, TDs, and kickoff returns. Anyway, 5 sacks for Larry Ogunjobi. Armon Watts had 2 sacks on the day. Osa Ogunzua had 2 sacks. Alex Highsmith with 2. TJ Watt had 1.5. Micah Parsons had a sack. Trevor Abramowicz and Jaron Kearsall had sacks in this one. Damone Clark had an INT. Stephon Gilmore had an INT.
There were no safeties taken, but Gilmore had fumble recoveries for touchdowns, and Trevor Abramowicz did have a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Damone Clark actually got the fumble recovery, and he just decided to hand it off to Trevor Abramowicz to prove that he can beat his hometown team in Pittsburgh for the Super Bowl anyway. So kickoff returns, he had one kickoff TD, and that was for 96 yards for Tony Pollard. Punt return-wise, he had a punt return for a touchdown. So this ends it here. All I want to say is thank you guys for watching. This has been a great Season 1 for Trevor Abramowicz, and I can't wait for Season 2. We'll probably start that in 2 weeks. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in 2 weeks.